Another offering from the StandUpTalk Radio Network.
So gay.
It's not that gay. Welcome to the Toss Salad Podcast. That's a kind of a gay name. I'm your host, Ricky Luna. On today's show, we have, oh God, he's just one of the dirtiest faggots you've ever met in your entire life. Stephen Faulkner is here with us today.
Hello.
And boyfriend, Earl Skakel. Just kidding. No, that's, okay.
Hello.
What's going on? Lois is also here in the studio. Yeah. That was a theme song that this cool guy, Johnny RK, composed for us. That was very nice. So this is like the straight show.
Well, you gotta have them every now and then.
I guess so.
The gay show happens later.
Doesn't? What were we just talking about right now?
That's seeing if the water bottle I'm holding can fit up your butt.
You know, here's a fun fact. If you have to do an enema, or for whatever reason, you don't have to be gay to do enemas. If you have to do a thing, those water bottles are the perfect thing because you see how they're ribbed down there at the bottom? That just pushes all the water right into your soul. So it can kind of, that's a great way to open this whole thing right here.
Well,
I would think that jacuzzi jets were the best thing for an enema.
Not really, because you're in a jacuzzi. You're sharing it with friends. You know, an enema is a private thing.
when has that ever stopped you from blasting in a jacuzzi?
It's really hard to be sexual in a jacuzzi. You think it looks cool in the porno, but it doesn't really work that well. Have you ever been in a jacuzzi? I mean, you can finger a girl or put your finger inside of another person's body. Why are we starting off this way? This is horrible.
This podcast really just jumps in head first.
First thing Ricky Luna does when he wakes up is figure out what situation would be best for fingering someone.
I think it would be one where there's lots of lubrication, and but water isn't really that lubrication-y.
I did not know that.
It's not. It's like it. I don't know. Anyway, what did you do last night, Earl? Tell us about your.
But a vagina gets wet where you're sticking your thing in.
It's true.
Unless someone's ate a Chipotle, it's not going to be a lot of lubrication down there.
Looks
like Christians won. Ricky Luna.
I have questions about the vagina that we're going to ask you later on, just to see, because I know that you like girls, right? Is that true or false?
Absolutely
cool.
True.
I got some pussy questions.
I'm not against being a homosexual, though. I live on Larrabee, so.
What's Larrabee exactly? You were mentioning this before. I'm new to West Hollywood. I came here from San Francisco. So.
Sure, you're not new to West Hollywood.
I am. You know what? I never go down there. I never go down to West Hollywood City proper. I like to call, because I stay close to the Comedy Store, which is Upper West Hollywood. That's what I like to think of it as.
Larrabee is the cruising street.
And what's cruising?
It's when guys or girls, I'm not so much on Larrabee, look for, pleasures of the night.
Now, you're like are you a night person or a day person?
Very much a night person.
A night person. So, and you live by Larrabee where this happens. So do you ever, no, you drive though, right?
I have to walk the dog a couple times, so I see a lot of I live right behind Mickey's and Rage, so those are the two big gay nightclubs.
Have you ever gotten cruised before? Or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not a lot, but...
Not a lot.
And then you get the gay bashers coming down from Sunset.
Really?
Who, yell out the window, "Hey, fag, go get some pussy." And I'm trying, if you guys only knew. But, all the guys at the stores love me. They're all trying to turn me.
I'm sure that they are. You're like rough trade, or as we would call it in the lifestyle, I suppose.
The lifestyle. Is that what you call it?
That's what my mom calls it. She calls it the lifestyle.
Well, I don't think she wants to think of her little baby getting pounded by some guy.
My mom's very weird.
She prefers you to be a power top.
I know. She's like, well, can't you just do the other part? Can't you just be the other one?
It's a valid question.
Yeah, I suppose I could. It's just, I don't know. I'm really into myself, and so I don't know. I don't want to have to, I don't know. I just lie there and just be the center of attention, I suppose.
I can't imagine.
I can't believe this is 3 minutes into the thing, and this is just how base as we got.
But this is real, man.
This
ain't, no what do you think about airline food? It's you getting pounded.
It's sometimes, I haven't had sex in a long time. By pounded, I mean like having sex with people. It's like doing comedy sometimes, at least for me.
Feels
because
like you're getting fucked in the ass.
Well, sometimes it just
Yeah.
it's harder to find gay people that want to have sex with you when you're in the scene because it's all around a bunch of straight guys. Is it hard? Is it easier for straight guys to, I don't know, pick up on bar sluts and just go home? But except for you, you're kind of a noble gentleman.
Well, I have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she's a comic too. So
See, you're like in an ideal situation.
but the Comedy Store is the best for hooking up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like an ant farm of depravity. Just like any corner you go into could be someone getting blown or.
Okay, tell me like one of the best stories where you ever walked into or some type of sex story that you've encountered at the Comedy Store, something that you even not turned your stomach, excluding anything that has to do with me.
I have a feeling I couldn't turn your stomach if I tried in 1,000 years.
Let's try right now.
Well, it's not really a disgusting story, but one night we're doing the late night thing, me and Don Barris, and these two comics, Ari Shafir and Dan Madonia, got into an argument about who had the bigger dick. And the porn star happened to be in the crowd, and I probably say star loosely. She was more of an actress, and it's like, well, why don't you guys get on stage and I'll blow both of you and we'll see. So they get on stage, they disrobe in front of a crowd and both managers,
Right.
and she starts blowing them. One guy couldn't get hard, which I don't blame him because there's like 100 people in the room, pictures, cell phones, cameras,
Right.
and the other guy could, and so you probably could have lost a liquor license or something.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to stay on stage naked for about 40 minutes, taking questions from the crowd.
Now, was she she was sitting in a chair? Did she have a towel on the chair?
No, she had nothing. She was just standing for a bit, and then sitting on the front, whatever where the people put their drinks.
Oh yeah, where the people put their feet, or the comics put their feet.
Right, where Dave Taylor stands,
Right.
and she was completely naked, and she looked a little green around the gills, but
Wait, what does that mean?
she looked a little rough. I mean, for a girl in her early 20s, she looked like she'd lived a full life.
Right.
Seen some shit.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, you could tell she was a little damaged. But she was a trooper, though. She answered every question, and they were pretty gross.
Like what? Like what question?
Just, I don't know, have you ever taken it in the ass and given some
okay.
guy a chili dog? And, some guy commented on what her vagina looked like, said it looked like something you'd find at the carving station at Hometown Buffet.
Is that you? That sounds like something.
That was me, actually. It was, but it was just, I mean, there's a million other stories. I mean, the place has seen more loads than a laundromat.
Jesus Christ. How long have you been there for?
About 5 years.
5 years, that's it?
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing comedy for like 13, but I mean, I started at the store, and then I got discouraged there and kind of left.
Where'd you start doing comedy?
Really open mics. I was like the king of open mics.
Mm-hmm. Are you? Wait, now where are you from? You're from not Ohio.
LA.
LA. You're from LA.
That's Hinchcliffe.
Oh, okay, sorry. I get you guys mixed up. You guys look exactly alike each other.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Kind of similar.
I mean, he looks like Carly Simon. I look like Simon. I don't know, Simon from
You look like.
Pacoima.
Well, I get Simon from Pacoima. Where is Pacoima? I've always heard that, and I thought that was the funniest name.
It's like east.
Oh,
Go east.
that's
young
not. It's
man.
not Mexico.
Basically, it is.
Okay, cool. Pacoima. So you've been here in LA for 13 years. You started doing comedy at open mics. You came here. You came to the Comedy Store only 5 years ago.
Well, I started at the store, and then I was so discouraged by the situation there that I said I can't do it here. So I just went to open mics and the improv.
That's hard for me to believe. Not hard for me to believe, but because when I look at you and I think of you, I think of somebody who's like very you're like solid. You're kind of like you have a lot of self-esteem. You always have something to say. You have always something like. But there is something about that building itself that's kind of soul crushing in a certain type of way.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen A-list headliners bomb there, and I'm talking big names.
Why do you think that is? Why? What is the? For lack of a better word, what's the problem with that place?
Well, it's like the previous story I just told. That probably wouldn't happen at the Laugh Factory or Improv.
Right.
I think what's best about the store is what's worst about it. It's a great place. I mean, you're part of a magical show, the Ding Dong Show.
Absolutely.
I don't think that show would do as well at other clubs because, the store, you're given a lot of creative license.
That's true. How do you feel about oh crap! I don't know if I should even go.
Just
there.
say it, man.
Well, how do you feel? Okay, so that they're kind of doing some. They want to maybe change things in there. Can you make any comments about that, or how you feel just from what you've seen it? Because you've seen the store at its purest. I mean, you're a kind of a part of that late night purity that happens there all the time. And so, how do you feel about them trying to maybe make things a little more mainstream?
We're talking about segregation.
Desegregation? No, not desegregation. Just the.
You might be at the store.
He was talking about purity and.
Well, yeah. I mean, kind of comedic purity, where you are given a forum, you're given a place to go and be as funny as you want, even if that means humiliating somebody or giving them the opportunity to triumph over your heckles in a certain type of way. But still given the time to do that, they just cut the closing time back to 2:00 in the morning when they would go to maybe 2:30 or 3:00 in the morning. Like, how do you feel? How do you feel? Say again.
When did this happen?
Kind of slightly recently.
Well, I think they're trying to model it maybe slightly more at the Improv. Where it's pretty much show's over. Everyone, thank you. See you tomorrow. The store is. Took the advice or the approach of, hey, let's just party, and I'm sure someone looking at the bills was like, well, we can't really stay open till 3, electricity and air conditioning and
employees.
I mean, it is a business,
right?
So, for guys like us, it's not as fun as it used to be, but I could understand the business side of it. Going, that's an extra hour of employees, bartenders. Whatever bill's going to keeping the club open. So, I mean, I think you have to go. It's not really there for us to just screw around and have fun with.
Mm-hmm.
It is a business. So.
That's cool. You come there actually kind of like, because when I first started coming there a year ago, for the first 6 months I'd go there, I wouldn't even show up until 11 o'clock. And so you're like consistently showing up there at like 11 o'clock. I think that I had a question and then it just went out of my head right now.
Well, I mean, I show up there later. I don't even get up there that early because it's too hard for me. I'm a comic at the end of the day, so I want to get up and do it. And I don't get a lot of time there, stand-up time. So it's too hard for me to see certain people getting stage time. So
I feel you.
Why I just go there at 1 where I can just slide in and get in. If you haven't been to the store, you really should go because the heckles are funnier than most of the stand-up there.
That's kind of true, especially at that hour when it's mainly comics sitting in the back, kind of hiding. You're kind of hard to hide because you're so damn tall.
But and it's pitch black in there, so it's not. If you're black, the store is a great place to hide because, I mean, if you're the Great One or Eddie Whitehead Jr. or Peanut. I mean, they go there and sleep because they're undetectable.
The only time that you can really know that they're there is when they fall so deeply asleep that they just fall over in their chair.
Yeah.
They like somehow are sitting up. It's wild. I can't fall asleep sitting up. Can you?
I mean, the Great One is so black.
I don't know who that is.
You do. He's just one of those guys you see up there. He's a very funny guy, but he doesn't really do comedy anymore. Mm-hmm. He's like the Predator. You just expect to see 3 dots on your chest. I mean, he's so black.
Does he have dreadlocks and everything like that?
No, he's always dressed kind of nicely, like in a suit. And
oh, that guy.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel so bad because, like, Don knows him and recalls him by his name. And that his name is the Great One?
Well, I mean, he's
really quiet, right?
Yeah, he's very quiet, but he's very funny. I mean, he's been on the scene longer than I have.
Uh-huh.
So, but you know, that's a great place for him to hide out because you can't see him.
It's true. Well, you kind of can because he wears very not colorful clothes. I mean, you know, he wears brown and greens and things like that.
But he's very quiet and nondescript.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're homeless, he's not homeless, but if you're out there listening to this and you're very black and homeless, the store would be a good place for you because you won't be bothered. You can just sleep.
You're a black homeless gentleman with internet access.
You might get passed before I will, so work on your baits.
And that's what is it? This is something.
You gotta work on your beats before you get passed.
What's a beat?
I don't know. That's why I haven't been passed yet. I can't figure out what it is.
Okay. How long have you had your dog for?
I've had this one. I just got her at Michael Vick's ranch. She was 10-2.
No, did you really?
Lost her last 2 fights, so she's back in training. Hey-oh, I just slipped in a joke there.
That's pretty good.
I was born. I was raised actually. When you lose a dog, you replace it right away.
Okay.
So I lost a dog that I really loved. So she was next day.
What was your dog's name?
Chloe, little Chloe.
Was it small like Lois? Or?
Yeah, it was a great dog, but it had a heart ailment. They didn't tell me about. It was the worst. She would have these heart attack or strokes right in front of you, out of the blue. I don't mean to bring it down, but
you're good. Keep going.
It was the worst thing in the world to watch. Like someone was stabbing her.
Oh my God.
So I had to put her down, and then I got Lois.
How long was she doing that before you had to put her down?
I only had her for about 5 months.
Wow.
But in about a month, 2.5, it started happening. So I was just, I think she was abused. She had a knot on her head, so I think someone slapped her around. So it's one of those.
And
crazy.
you got Lois from not a breeder. This is like a
Craigslist for free.
That's pretty good. That's cool.
I mean, you got to be careful with Craigslist transactions.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I bet.
I
mean, I'm not. I have a feeling I'm not in the man for man section.
You know what? Let me say, I've never met somebody off of Craigslist on the man for man section at all. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know how to write emails. I don't know how to I don't know. I just never was able to do that, master that art form of like hooking up online like that well. People that I've slept with for whenever I've always met in the most conventional ways of like meeting them on the street or whatever.
Yeah, that's conventional.
Well, you know what I mean, like meeting them in a club or something like where it's a person to person. It's not it's not the internet.
The conventional gay meeting
or whatever.
Our
think
parents introduced us as the last regalia.
or something. So you take really good care of your animals. I'm really because I've been with some people. I've lived with some people. They take really shitty care of their animals.
I mean, it's not that hard. You
Yeah.
feed them, you give them water and walk them.
Yeah, I guess. Like, how do you fall in love with an animal though?
Well, it's just unconditional love. They rely on you. They're like little babies.
Do you want a baby?
I don't want a human one, but
You're good with dogs.
well, you can leave them alone a fair amount of the time. You can't just leave your kid in the car.
That's true. Apparently.
Well, I mean, it's most people shouldn't have kids, but that's another podcast probably.
I guess.
Let's get back to the fucking and sucking of LA comedy.
Well, let me. Okay. Should I ask you some questions about vaginas?
This is your podcast, baby. I'm just.
I know. This is like so much like boy energy in the room. It's so cool.
Well,
It's
there
like,
are 4 guys here. It's
There
like
are.
a burger joint.
I think last week it was like everyone was a girl. Oh no, wait. I keep thinking.
Who was last week?
It was this girl Carla and Mikey, but no, there was still 3. There's always good to have like a female energy in the room. Is she no, Lois is a girl.
Oh yeah, you should see her Giny. She's got a real gaper. Probably been pounded by a black dog. She's asexual though, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she? How old is she?
3 or 4, I think. She's great. She's just chill. I can take her to shows and leave her in the car. She just sleeps.
Well, that's good. She doesn't bark or do anything.
Not
like that.
really.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I mean, how many dogs with around 3 strangers would just be like
Yeah.
this?
Not any that I've seen. I don't get it. What should I be doing right now? Jessica's usually here to help me prompt me.
Is she your co-host?
Yeah, she's my co-host, but she's stuck in traffic right now.
I bet she is.
You know, she's stuck in traffic, if you know what I mean.
Is that what you call it?
Steve Faulkner, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Just sipping on this free bottled water.
That's pretty good, huh? Thanks to Ari. Compliments of Ari. He's actually not sipping on any water right now. It's just all soda. Or something.
Now, are you a comic, Steve?
I do stand up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I don't do it so much as regularly as Ricky or anyone else really that's pursuing it. I just work and stuff. But I've done the store before, the Belly Room, not the main stage.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you open for like a lot of people though, don't you?
Right now, I just opened for Rob Schneider. That's about it.
That's pretty cool. And so, like,
which is great. I mean, his shows are sold out everywhere.
it's pretty hot. How did you guys meet each other, or how did you get that like gig?
Through Jeff Richards. And speaking of Jeff Richards, here comes Jessica.
Jay!
I'm so sorry.
Hello.
Hi.
Actually,
Hi.
Rob Schneider's from Daly City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've driven past his mom's house.
Yeah.
Out there, yeah.
We were just there at Cobb's Comedy Club.
Yeah, Cobb's, yeah.
It was cool.
That's pretty fun. The city is very fun.
I mean, it was all right. I mean, we don't really party or anything, so it's pretty much a business trip.
Yeah.
I mean, he took me around Chinatown.
It's pretty cool. Did you have the cookies?
No. I just, he took me to Whole Foods. He's a big Whole Foods guy.
Pretty fun. Jessica, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm late.
okay.
I'm sorry I'm late. I'm always late. I don't know why. I'm a shitty person.
No.
But I'm okay. How are you guys? What did I miss?
I'm just talking about Ricky's prostate. And
Oh, is it bad?
It's not bad.
I like the beard you have going. Have you let yourself go? Are you depressed? What's going on?
no, I had a audition for Sons of Anarchy, and
Oh wow.
I was told to kind of like look like a biker, and this is about as much as I can. I've never been on a motorcycle, so I don't think
I'll just grow a beard. That pretty much.
I don't think I got it, but they asked me, "Have you ever ridden it?" So I'm like, "No."
You've never ridden a motorcycle before? Or a bike?
No, I mean you get one accident on those, so I'm good.
I like that the way you think. I'm not a big motorcycle person.
Did you run today?
I did. Only 8 miles.
8 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost.
Christ.
I mean, you have a great body. I mean, I mean this
No,
respectfully. You have a great body.
I don't. Pig! No, I'm training for the LA Marathon, so I've been running a lot, which is terrible. I don't know why I'm doing it.
You look like the only Latin Amish gay prostitute.
You know, this beard that I'm growing is because I'm really trying to like stay away from being around gay guys a lot.
You're
Amish
trying to...
gays go to Miami, you are waiting at the airport.
Are you trying to keep them away?
I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay not celibate. I mean,
sexually sober.
I'm trying to stay away from like anything like that.
You have a literal beard, like
I do. It's a beard that is just it just does not. It's not attractive.
I couldn't get a woman to date me, so I just grew an actual.
It's
beard.
not attractive.
What's it like Abe Lincoln style?
Yeah, Abe
I don't think I've ever seen that where it's like just on the underneath.
Yeah, I have to shave it right here. You know why? Because I have like a fat neck. Like I've gained a lot of weight, and when I
you don't look like you've gained weight.
When that
Is it because of the beard?
No, it's because I've been eating a lot of McDonald's recently.
I mean, but is this hiding like your weight?
It does. It hides my double chins.
I think that's smart because I hate when like fat guys do the opposite when they'll like shave their beard like right to their chin and they're like just cover your fucking huge double chin.
You stay in really good shape. How do you like? What do you do?
Tell us about your workout.
Yeah.
Well, I can't run like you. I mean, I would have no.
Yeah, but I can't even lift like 25 pounds. So.
I mean, I work out every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
How many hours a day?
Probably 2.
2 hours.
It's
a
my
day.
Prozac. As you guys know, this business can bring you down
right
to a degree.
So do you have to take medication? Should you be on medication if you're in doing this?
I mean, I took Prozac for a bit, like just as I was starting comedy, and I couldn't get boners, so it really.
Yeah, it kills your sex drive. I was on Prozac. I don't ever get boners, but it.
Well, I would hope not.
But it started giving me boner. No, but But it does make you like sexually like just.
Yeah, and I was.
I mean, I don't know if it kills your sex drive or just your boner.
Oh, it
but for
did.
me, it was just like I don't want to have sex, which is not very characteristic of me. So.
When I was in high school, they put me on antidepressants, and my sex drive didn't die, but my boners died, which increased my depression because you would get in a situation when you need a boner, and there was no boner to be found.
Did you guys sweat a lot too? I already sweat a lot, but I was like, oh, just armpit stains in a cold room, whatever.
No.
I mean, I don't sweat too much.
Did you get off of them? Or you're off of?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was dating a girl at the time who had just the most amazing body ever, and I was like, wow, if I can't get it up for this, I better find another way to feel better.
Did she accuse you of anything?
Oh no, she knew. I mean, she was a little off herself, so.
That's good.
You know, great body though.
It's pretty good. You have a really great body.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying. Thank you.
You have a really ample.
Jesus.
Package.
Like you're making everyone uncomfortable.
This is getting creepy.
This one time, Earl shook his flaccid penis at Robert William Aprovia.
Oh my God!
And
why?
I know, because you just were doing that one day, and I was like, holy cow, Annie.
Well, I mean, at the store, that's the beauty of the store is
It's like a locker room.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that at the Improv. Like, hey guys, look at my dick. At the store though, it's totally acceptable.
Yeah, yeah. I did that. What is it? What is the show on Saturday? With
the Rolling Show.
Yeah, and Grant Cotter was there, and so I didn't know, like, this was before I met him, and
That's so funny.
I go, oh, he's like, oh yeah, okay, you're gonna be the last person. He gets up there, and then he tells like this 5-minute story, the Mervis story.
Right.
And
oh God.
I don't know why it was kind of a tawdry tale of blowjobs and Halloween and or whatever. But
God.
it made me feel so nice that I was like, oh my God, I get this huge introduction.
This huge intro.
This guy.
I love it that way because I would be mortified. I guess because I'm just like, I don't want people to talk about it. That's so weird because I'm so okay talking about my own sex stuff, but I'm like, no, you guys don't talk about it. I'd be mortified, but you're like, I got this great intro.
It was fun. Because sometimes, because people are going to talk about you wherever you go,
Oh,
Hopefully they talk about you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've definitely established that fact.
Yeah.
Any press is
now I just need to work out of it. I really need to work out of it. Because, I feel like I've pigeonholed myself into that something where...
You just got to go suck somebody else's dick.
I got to go do something different. I have to,
get somebody to suck your dick. That'll change things.
You should do some more pigeonholing.
I should do some more something, Roland. I need to start telling jokes is what I need to start doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to be known as the guy who sucked Merv's dick.
Right, exactly.
It's a credit, though.
It's a great story.
Yeah, it's a fun story.
But, you can't exactly do a Montreal showcase and be brought up as...
Hey, you guys.
I don't think they have that show in Montreal yet.
What's that?
The people who have sucked Merv's dick show.
Yeah, I'm sure quite a few guys could get a spot on that show if they did, but...
I don't even know. I have no clue what's going on right now. I'm like the least qualified person to hold the podcast thing.
No, you're doing good. This is an interesting show. I mean, people might not know what we're talking about, but they're listening.
Okay.
We're talking about sucking dicks. People are engaged.
That's true. Have you ever
No.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't seem like that type of person that would
I'm just not attracted to men in that way.
Now, have you ever have you ever done anything really evil to a gay guy in your entire life?
Well, I was raised around gay guys, so
Okay.
I'm very gay friendly.
Okay. How do you mean?
Well, my mom was a bit of a recluse, so she never really left the house a lot, so the gay hairdresser would come over, the lesbian nail lady would come over.
Oh my God.
You had call-in people that would come to your house to zhuzh your mother.
Tend to your mother's needs.
Well, I mean, we weren't filthy rich, but we had enough money to, do stuff like
fine.
that.
Right.
So, everyone around me was pretty much gay or black, which was why I'm so...
Cool.
Cool with,
But
brothers.
they were servants, right?
Well, yeah. But
They're called slaves.
Just the gay ones are called slaves.
the black guy was, he was a cool guy, Leroy.
What did he do?
His name was Leroy. That's awesome.
Leroy Prince.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And we lived in Bel Air, so it was like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
That's amazing.
He was the best.
No.
Wait, you lived in Bel Air? You're like, we didn't have that much money. We lived in Bel Air.
But it's a great story, though, because my dad bought the house in like the mid-'50s when Bel Air was
Just a neighborhood.
just
A nice neighborhood.
any old neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then in the early 60s, there was the very famous Bel Air fire, which burnt down every house in Bel Air but our house.
Oh, wow.
So we lucked out. We were the poorest family in Bel Air. I mean, our whole neighborhood were billionaires and movie actors, and then our house looked like the Addams Family.
That's awesome.
But so I've been lucky my whole life to like live a life that I probably couldn't or shouldn't afford.
And you lived in that house your whole young,
Till 1988, and then they moved to Florida.
and then you stayed
Florida, where
Yeah.
every old person goes to retire.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
here. Is Florida bad?
I mean, I liked the part my parents were in, but which is right outside Lincoln Road, which is the gayest part of Miami.
So
Oh,
you're like
okay.
attracted to your family, like is
Drawn to the
Well, his
homosexual.
mom
lifestyle.
still has to get her hair done.
Yeah.
They're gay adjacent.
Gay adjacent.
adjacent.
Like my brother won't come visit me. He's a bit on the homophobic side.
Okay.
Really?
Not in a mean way.
He just
is uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
We can be
Well.
somewhat uncomfortable sometimes.
Well, Larrabee can be an incredibly, if you're, there's just a lot of going on there.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
pretty bad.
Guys doing whatever in the bushes, it might unnerve someone who's not used to. Like my gym I go to is like a Fellini film at some point.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
I mean, it's cool, but like I've been in the steam room where people were having sex, and I didn't leave because I was there first.
You're like, I came here. That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
So my brother would definitely not stay in the steam room.
It can be kind of awkward, slightly.
I mean,
Yeah, hot butt sex? That can't smell good.
Oh, I've seen it all in the steam room at 24 Hour Fitness.
I'm sure you have.
Wow.
This Stephen and I used to live in San Francisco. There was this park called Dolores Park. It was a cruisy park, kind of like Larrabee, I guess. But it was on a hill. It used to be a Jewish cemetery, and so they put a train track through the hill so they could go, or going up the hill. So down in the train tracks, all the nice faggots would go there and suck each other's dicks, and whatever.
sweet.
But I was walking by there.
Do gay people not have home? Like, are they just trans? Like,
The thing is
gay
that
Gay
Trans.
people
You
just
because they're
It doesn't
in
take that long,
bushes
really.
And parks.
It
Is this
doesn't-
like you meet on the street and you're like,
Vagabonds.
we can't get back. We can't get back to anyone's house.
a lot of people can't. They can't. They just
Vagabonds.
they don't really want to know each other's names. They just
transient
want to hurry
homeless
up
people.
and milk the udder and then get out of there and go back home and
I don't
eat a cheeseburger or something. I don't know.
Oh, I agree with that.
But so, anyways, there was this. There were these two nice people. They were filleting or touching each other, and like
just in a bush.
moments away. No, they were down in the train tracks. There was literally
Oh my god!
people,
In the track.
in the shadows, kind of like in there, doing what have you, and then like a moment away, still in the same little reservoir, a girl is like violently vomiting because it was like a Friday or a Saturday night over there, and I just like really admired that they could still. They were like,
Just
ignore
keep
this
blowing
vomiting
each
girl.
other.
Yeah. I was like, that's dedication.
dedication.
I'm not that dedicated. I mean, I would if
No,
somebody
I
was
get one
puking-
like just a breeze of the wind, and I'm like, oh, I can stop. Oh, I'm just
Yeah.
no.
It would not be cute.
I have a feeling you could do a fair amount of things with someone throwing up next to you.
I mean, if people were watching me, then of course I
If
could.
anyone could do it, I feel like you could,
We're gonna have to.
and
put
I'm
this
proud
to
of
the
you for
test.
that. Yeah, we do. We need to film this.
We've already put it to the test. You blew a guy in front of like 20 people.
It wasn't. It was not 20 people. There
But
was
people
nobody.
were around. They may not have been watching you.
And
But
I don't
everyone
even. I
knows
have
about
no.
it.
I have no
And
clue
cheering.
what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Everyone
I mean,
knows
you
about it.
blew a guy during business hours.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, I have a feeling you do.
What are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking
No,
about.
I'm not putting you down. I'm saying though, I have a feeling you could
I'm
stay in
proud
the,
of you.
Yeah, you could stay in the pocket.
I could do. I don't know.
Yeah, if somebody had to make money on guys getting blown in public or blowing people, you'd be my safe bet.
Cool. See, and that's why I grew this beard because I can't have that anymore.
You can't have people just aggressively begging you to suck
No,
their
I
dick
mean
in
I have for
public.
myself. I mean, you know, I have to draw the line somewhere for myself. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I have man tits now. I'm not a.
Well, just work out a bit.
Yeah, start running with me.
I
Go
need
to
to
the
start
steam
running.
room.
Oh yeah,
You can
it's
two
You
birds
get a
with
good
one
workout
stone at
there.
this gym.
so dirty in there.
It sounds so gross.
This guy yelled at me once for wearing sneakers in the steam room while two guys were getting blown right next to
He's
him.
like, "How dare you wear dirty sneakers?
Yeah.
'Cause
These
you're gonna
guys
get
are
pebbles in
fucking."
there. Everyone's
What gym do you
barefoot.
go to?
I go to two because I was so unnerved by the steam room at 24-hour fitness. I joined Equinox, and it's even worse
fancy.
there.
Oh,
It's
God.
like high-end gays there.
Jesus.
Oh,
Those gays are
gosh.
scary. Do they intimidate? Like for a straight guy, because you know you're pretty attractive looking. You know you have like a nice body and stuff. You take your shirt off a lot. But do you ever get intimidated by other like crazy like you're like oh god like
Oh, there's guys at Equinox who make me look like I don't even work out.
right?
Really?
Oh, I mean they're like much bigger and cut and all that stuff.
How many of these guys are gay?
100%.
100%.
110%.
115. Do they ever look down at you? Do they ever give you shade, as they say?
I mean, at Equinox they do, because
that what
they're
it's
like, okay, this guy's got a beard, he's wearing a rat T-shirt. How is he able to afford the membership?
Pretentious.
Yeah, when I probably have more money than they do.
That's that's the thing. Is that just because people are gay doesn't mean that there can't be assholes. You know what I mean? That's the thing that bothers me kind of about stand-up. That's why I kind of like you and listening to what you kind of use the word fag unapologetically all the time, which I think is kind of a little bit fantastic because everyone is so freaking PC down here, and
hate
especially
it.
and even you kind of like just because you know me as a kind of a person, not just some fag, it's like
Some fag.
you're also very like super respectful of the thing, but I mean there are a lot of gay people out there that are fucking assholes, and I'm not saying
Well,
anybody.
because they're still people.
Well,
I mean,
they are still people.
there's always going to be assholes in every group you go into.
Is no one gonna touch that Ricky Luna just said there are a lot of gay people out there that are fucking assholes?
They are.
Just blew right
Oh, wait.
through it.
What else are they doing?
They're also I didn't even get that.
I bet you did.
Tell us a story from your childhood. Tell us a secret or a story from your childhood. Nothing that's gonna bring you back to a horrible place, but tell us a beautiful story that nobody ever would have thought.
Well, probably the best story is the first time I heard the N-word. Now, I can't say that word.
Okay, but you can say the N-word.
I can't.
Not say the N-word,
But you can
can't say the story.
N-word? Well, you can say the
Right.
story.
Okay, I mean, it's not gonna be as good because that word is so powerful. But I used to play golf a lot, and
Sounds like you had a really hard life.
yeah, it's brutal on the country club links. So it was a big deal though for me to shoot bogey golf on the front nine at Bel Air Country Club.
I'm so fucking lost right now.
I know it's not a great story in terms of golf because not many people
This
are
is
into
a
it.
story of trials.
This is a terrible golf story.
Oh, it's horrible, but the N-word's involved, so that automatically is
Alright.
like the pepper on the steak. So to shoot bogey golf basically means you shoot 1 over par, which is very good.
Okay.
Par is like what pros shoot.
Okay.
So if you're shooting 1 over, for a guy who didn't practice a lot, that was amazing. So I ran home. I said to my Uncle Bill, Uncle Bill, I just shot bogey golf on the front nine at Bel Air Country Club. And he looks at me and goes, Earl, that's golf. So I didn't know what that word meant.
Yeah.
So the next day, I go down to the caddy yard where they're all black.
No.
With the biggest smile on my face, going, guys, my Uncle Bill said I shot golf. And they were like, don't ever say that word again.
But they were cool about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, they love my dad because he was the best tipper. My dad was like Rodney Dangerfield up there
Oh
at the
man.
caddy shack. He's total slob. His shirts were inside out, mustard stains on his shirts. He was a diabetic, so he had to constantly have sugar.
Yeah.
So he'd have these chocolate bars in his golf bag, and he'd just leave them there.
Oh,
so they
no.
would melt.
Oh, God.
So when he'd go to grab a golf ball, He'd have shit all over his hands. He would just wipe it on his shirt. This country club is like the ritziest, like billionaires and heads of state, and like they wouldn't even let Michael Jordan join this club.
Wow.
I mean, they're very like, we're better than you are. So to have a guy like my dad up
black.
there, yeah, wow. So. I mean, you're not letting the most famous maybe the famous person in the world join. That's a pretty
exclusive, pretty racist.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Bel Air.
It's incredibly. Country clubs are like
in general,
last.
yeah, right? Aren't they? A lot of women, they don't like women.
They had women's hours Friday.
Isn't that fine? They do.
They weren't allowed 5 days a week.
That's progressive.
Well, they're gonna hold up the whole course.
Yeah, they're not the best golfers.
Okay, I'm making that judgment based on my golf skills, not anyone who's actually good. But come on,
at the
women in sports, right?
At the bicycle repair place, the do-it-yourself bicycle repair place, they have transgendered hours, where they segregate the transgender people on Monday.
Well, I thought of you the other day. There's a transgendered person who's trying to get into MMA. I guess she was a male. He was a male. Now he's a female.
So he wants to fight women?
So he wants to fight
women.
That
doesn't seem fair.
But she's a full-on woman now.
Right.
But doesn't she still have like a manly build? That seems like cheating.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like...
Are the trannies going to get mad at me for saying that?
I don't think so, because I don't know, there was a tranny up in Canada that was running for Miss America or whatever, or Miss Canada, and won.
But there's no physical competition. I just feel like that's a little unfair if you were a dude. And you're like, I should fight women who have never had a man's body, because you have, because men and women's bodies are just different.
They are.
If a transgender wanted to run for Miss Canada or Miss America, that would be amazing. Because if they won, you're like, look, women, this man out-womaned you.
And that would just put women back so much further.
And I don't think
like men do bikini contests better too.
Yeah.
We do, but we're not as good as.
But I guess it's not a man anymore. It's a.
Right.
What is it? Is it a woman, or is it you just call it transgender?
Yeah, it's the difference
I get
between
confused,
your.
and I don't want to be.
It's like the biological sex of a person and the gender identification they.
It's like your insides don't match your outsides. Right. Is that kind of
your genetics don't match like kind of boy and girl binary thing. It's all really, really boring.
No, it's no more boring than my golf story.
No, I don't know, but your golf story had some pepper on it. So
I have a question about the golf story. So what did your uncle mean by that type of golf?
Well, I guess the inward golf is blacks. Well, now it's funny that Tiger Woods was like so dominating, and back in the 70s and 80s there was only one or two black pro golfers. So I think their reputation of being good golfers was not that good.
That was like, all the old white men are like, that's the one sport we still have. And then Tiger Woods came along and they're like, no, let's start bowling again.
Well, in the 80s, there was a black golfer named Calvin Pete who fell out of a tree as a kid. So he had a permanent broken arm that allowed him to hit the ball farther.
He was like rookie of the year, but with...
Yeah,
but
totally.
with golf. That's amazing.
So, people didn't really think he was that good. It's just, you're lucky because your arm's like at an angle where the ball can go farther.
Wouldn't give him credit.
No, I mean, his arm is like, I guess, I don't know. It was, I'm doing this like people can see on there's no video on
it's at a 90-degree angle.
Right, so the Tiger was like the first
I love that there's no props. Like, he's disabled and he can do this. It's like, it's because of that broken arm of his. He's not really that good.
Bunch of pro golfers climbing trees and falling out of them, trying to.
How many people?
Your legs amputated when you were a little baby or whatever. I mean,
wait,
that guy that just killed his wife, Pistorius.
Allegedly.
You keep bringing. Is it you that keeps bringing this up?
No.
Oh no, somebody else did.
I just don't like saying his last name.
A man with no legs killed his wife.
Yeah,
I mean.
That's like The Fugitive.
He's probably really angry. He has no legs.
Well, if you can't get away from a guy with no legs, then
you kind of deserve it.
Well, he did lose his legs before he was born. So it's like when you're born a certain way. Yeah. Drink that.
Maybe he could be the drummer in Def Leppard. Can that guy. That's a good gimmick.
So why do people always bring you up as like Kennedy?
Oh, well, my aunt is Ethel Kennedy, who was married to Bobby Kennedy.
Fancy.
But I don't talk about it a lot because it's just. I mean, I'll talk about it now. But
Is that a weird thing? Like a lot of people that are related to or however they're. Is that like a taboo thing? Because like I never met so many people in 1 year that were related to people that were kind of like.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy schmancy. I always like. Oh yeah, your dad owns Maker's Mark, or grandfather used to, or
Maker's
something
Mark?
like that. It's like this real obscure thing, but like this whole year I've met like all of these like people that is that a taboo? Is like an uncouth thing for me to say to ask?
Oh no! I mean, I don't want to be known for it because
Right.
then you get like that Kato Kalin vibe of.
Or people just think that you're just going around being
Right.
like, well,
Yeah, I mean, I
or
probably
using that to like further anything.
I mean, I probably could have, Kennedy cousin doing comedy,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want 15 minutes of fame like that.
No, you'd rather just be known for being funny.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather not make it at all than be. I mean, look, I love Kato Kalin, but he's a great dude. Have you ever done a show with him?
No.
I mean, he's super nice, but he's basically getting headlining gigs because he's was friends with a double murderer.
Wild. That is so intense
crazy.
and wild. Man.
Like he headlined over Jeff Richards and Greg Wilson, two great comics.
Why?
Because he's the bigger name. I mean, not to us, but his name was on the billboard, a huge billboard.
Crazy.
And Jeff and Greg's name were like the Surgeon General warning.
Aw, they're both so funny.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, so I never want to take it. I'm sure with the reality TV thing, I could exploit it.
Yeah, but you don't want to.
You're on
That makes
You're on a
sense.
reality show?
I'm sure I could.
Like he
Oh,
could be
oh,
like,
you could be. Okay.
I hate when
I'm
they-
related to these people. Now I'm a I get it. I mean, I'm not related to anyone that could help me, but I get it.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably better that way.
Yeah.
My dad used to work for the post office.
Well,
My
I
dad,
mean,
who knows?
He used to work for the post office.
What happened?
So
don't look at us. We don't know your dad.
Too touchy? Too touchy? Maybe
Yeah,
okay.
apparently
Don't
we-
cry, Ricky.
He had to deliver his own pink slip.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
It was very true.
My
That's
dad
true.
was in the Air Force, but he was forced into early retirement because he wasn't smart enough to pass the test to get promoted.
Oh.
Was it what did he
Oh,
do?
he left the family. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
But then he got a job at a shipyard where he was slinging crank
oh, great.
in BC powder packages.
really?
So
Wow.
I'm basically have drug running in my family, kind of.
That's cool.
So if anyone wants to give me a reality show based on that,
Well, you probably could. I mean, they're running out of ideas.
oh, I'm totally joking. I would never want. But like, God, so many of the they're so awful.
A reality
TV's
show
so
would be
awful.
hard to do. It
I mean,
seems like it would be.
It's
I'm trying to get
tempting.
one. I'm pitching one right now.
Well,
You
yeah, but
are?
yours is like a documentary style. Would be a cool documentary thing where you don't have to go in conflict with people. I mean,
Yeah.
Because they
Try-
force you into don't because it's not reality, but then it's like
They have writers and.
Well, what they have is story producers.
well they don't get writer credits. They're writers. They
But-
just get called.
But here's what's the difference between a writer and a story producer is a writer writes something and then it's filmed. A story producer stuff is filmed and then the story producers work with editors to chop it up to make a story. So it's the other way around.
So they make it look like it was something it wasn't, or
Yeah.
Well, like Gene Simmons' show, Family Jewels. I mean, that was like the fakest show ever. But oh, hey, Gene, I didn't know you were gonna be here, and some guy he hated, and
right?
No.
It's everywhere you go, you just run into people you don't
Yeah.
like. Is that
My favorite reality show trope is when someone answers the phone and they're like shocked someone else is on the other line, and then there's a camera on the
Yeah.
person
on the
other
person
end.
who's calling? And it's like clearly that's
And they're like,
well, that was a big word. What does trope mean?
it's like a theme used over and over again, like a recognizable theme. Like, like in horror movies, sluts die first, or like.
I thought black people died first.
Well,
slutty black
I had
people.
anything to do. with it.
Slutty black people don't have a chance.
They don't have a chance.
Always in the action movies, they would always kill the Schwarza first.
What's a Schwarza?
He comes, or like he'll come back and save them. Like you don't see him die, and then he comes back. And
Yeah,
Schwarza's black.
Oh,
the Jewish term for black. I
The
mean, that's
Schwarza.
why Predator was the most racist movie of all time because they killed Carl Weathers and Bill Duke in the same scene. They don't
It's
even
too
get their
much.
own scene. Fuck it.
Terrible.
That's-
Killed by someone who looked like Venus Williams. Hey,
But no, I'm kidding. That's it. Let's wrap up.
Do you keep it to an hour, or you go like if it's
We
rolling?
go, or sometimes we don't we?
Yeah.
I don't know. I black out a lot.
I don't know. And then yeah, we make it.
It's
whatever
very
happens.
good. You guys make a good team.
Hi, puppy.
You guys
All
look
right.
like you would be a good like a talk show couple. Not couple, but I mean, you know.
Duo. I'm Michael Strahan.
And I'm Maddie Wilson.
I don't know who that is.
Did you ever watch that show Mike and Maddie when you were a little kid? How old are you? I keep forgetting.
Never
Oh,
ask
God.
a woman, right?
How old are you, Jessica?
I'm
Oh
a
my-
90s baby.
That's pretty good. I'm fucking old, man. Not as old as you. But
How old are you?
44.
That's pretty
God.
good. You look so good, man.
Well, clean living, you know.
Well, that gray hair.
If you could give me
gives you
some
away.
advice, because my skin is falling off of my skin. I mean, I look.
My
Your
skin
skin
is.
looks fine.
But I.
You have great. You don't have bad
No,
skin.
look, it's just. Well, give me some advice. Maybe some beauty advice.
Life advice
Um,
for how to stay fit and young looking,
Yeah.
like Earl Skakel.
Moisturize, you know, a
Moisturize.
lot. For a straight guy, I buy those Evian spritzers. Spray on your face.
For a
That's
straight
good.
guy.
I mean, I don't think most straight guys buy Evian spritzers.
I don't
but,
think most straight guys even say the words. spritzer.
Yeah.
you know, you don't have to work out I mean, I'm a little obsessive, so.
But physical activity is good. Kaiser
Yeah.
Permanente says you should get 30 to 45 minutes of physical activity at least 5 days a week.
And not taking
Jesus.
loads. I mean, like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Just going like this.
I mean, you know, that's not an activity I would, you know, do myself, but.
Sex can be a good workout if you're sexually active.
For 40 minutes? That's a long time.
Yeah, but you know, you'll feel better about yourself. You know,
Yeah,
anyone.
you start working out and like you are like annoyed at first because if you're not in good shape, you're like, that's fucking. But you never like into workout and feel like shit unless you work out too hard and you barf. But
That's true.
you are like I've never gone for a run because I don't even like running. But I've never gone and then afterwards been like, what a fucking bad idea.
That is
was."
really true. That's true. Well, you know,
Go on an exercise bender. Like, oh, I exercised fierce last
I
night.
hate
too
myself.
Go to
Jumping
Runyon.
jacks.
Start out at Runyon.
Yeah, or you can do like Fryman Canyon's right by my house and it's not that hard. It's like a loop.
I run up
Couple
to
miles.
when I
I've
do
seen you
run.
running before on the street.
You see me
From
running, right?
someone?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was
From
living
a
with
comic.
I was living with
Shirtless
Oligny.
glory.
I know.
Oligny.
You lived with a Ligny?
Yeah, I
Let's
used
talk
to
about
live
Oligny.
Living with him.
That's another podcast.
with-
That guy's like the Where's Waldo on how to hit on chicks at the store. Like any drunk slob, you know, you'll just see Oligny on her tail. He's
Jesus.
amazing.
It's pretty good.
You go for numbers, I guess. You just
Oh,
I
he's
mean-
definitely in numbers. He's like, you know, the home run hitter that'll swing at any pitch.
just at anything. And you see it and you're like, oh man.
He wants to start a podcast out of here.
Does
I
he?
admire
Yeah,
him.
you know what? He invited me. Is he doing the video game one with you?
That's what he wants.
He invited me to be on it. I don't know if it was with you.
What's the video game?
He's gonna do a podcast where people talk about video games, and apparently I give off enough of a video game nerd vibe that he caught on that I would be interested.
Dare you play video games?
Not so much anymore. I had to kind of like wean myself off, and now I don't really have a television. But I did go through like a World of Warcraft addiction, and Legend of Zelda on N64. Forget it. Don't give me. I like if I start playing, I won't leave the house for like 3 days.
It's a hard game.
Yeah, I always you think it's gonna get easier, and I always forget such little things. But I love it so much. This is embarrassing.
I just do the sports games.
Like what?
Like NHL.
NHL.
Oh man, who's your
Madden.
team?
I mean, I love the Kings, but you know, I was just in Winnipeg last week, and they have a team up there, and I've never.
Yeah.
The whole city lives, breathes, and dies with that team. It was
Isn't
kinda
that
neat.
awesome?
It really was. It's
People
like,
don't appreciate hockey down here, which sucks.
even though we won the cup, no big deal.
But it's still, I mean, but people are still like, "Meh." I feel like the overall
Oh,
vibe
you're
is like
right.
coffee. What am I? Hockey. I can't talk. Because I grew up and like hockey was our football.
Where'd you grow up?
I lived in Alaska.
Okay.
We don't have a professional team. We had like ECHL, but
The
people
Aces.
just Alaska Aces, and people just went crazy for it. And it was like everybody, like the cool kids were the hockey players, like oh my god, it's captain of the hockey team. We had hockey cheerleaders. We took hockey very seriously.
What does a hockey cheerleader wear?
You wear like a cheerleading outfit. I was a hockey cheerleader, toot toot. But it's like we had long sleeve uniforms and then a skirt, but then we'd wear like tights underneath.
Wild.
And then
Do you have skates? Was it a?
No, we weren't on the ice. We would just be in front of like the very bottom row of the bleachers, and then we would only do cheers like where we stood up in between plays, because otherwise we would have gotten like shit thrown at us. And then we just sit there and be like, "Yeah, you can do it, team." And I also played ice hockey on a girls' team too, but I'm not a lesbian, so.
Did we ever do the pussy questions?
We were gonna do pussy questions.
They're really, really lame. Okay, let's do them.
I thought you said don't.
Okay, these are the
the.
Okay, Earl really likes the pussy, so I thought of some really hard questions
I mean,
to
better than
Yeah,
dick
Okay.
and balls.
I disagree, but I appreciate.
Well,
your
yeah, of course. Although I saw Jodi Arias's, that girl from Arizona, her that murder trial. The girl
No.
who killed her boyfriend in the shower.
Oh, I haven't heard about that.
No.
Wow.
Really? It's like
Yeah.
the biggest. It's like the OJ trial right now.
Oh wow, I live in a hole.
She's pretty hot, and so that's part of it. And she's got these naked online pics, and I saw her beaver shot yesterday, and her vagina looks like that thing Boba Fett fell into in Return of the Jedi. It's so gross.
Oh.
Starlight Pit.
What's her name? I want to see.
It's Jodi. I think JodiArias.
Is that why she killed him? Because he released those photos? I'd kill someone if I had a roast beef curtain and they released pictures.
It's so gross. These are like something you'd see at Arby's in between two buns.
That's so gross. Why would anyone take a picture? I've had guys ask me for pictures of vaginas, and I'll find one on Google and just send them, or I'll just send them a picture of like a steak. 'Cause I'm not gonna
guys.
And I'm never gonna take a picture of a vagina and be like, this is satisfying.
This is so wild.
Well, it's like my neighbor, Gay Tim. He's like, Earl, how do you go
Gay
down
Tim.
on a girl? I mean, a pussy is so disgusting looking. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I think it's, it's
Do you
pretty.
think they're beautiful?
I mean, I don't know if I would say beautiful, but I mean, I don't think it's disgusting.
Well,
and,
because you're attracted to it, so it's
yeah. He said it just looks like scrunched up deli meat.
there are some really ugly vaginas.
Oh my god. It's just not to be anti-vagina, but I mean,
we know you are.
We know
dude.
you are.
I'm not anti-vagina. I think it's cool. I think you guys do. You have it's a lot. There's a lot of cool things that go on with it. But it is hidden, and there is a huge fatty part over it that hides all the vascular.
Not all the time. That's the problem. I think the people who don't hide it. I think those are the worst ones. Not that they are doing it on purpose. It's just your genetics. But when it's there's ones that the inner lips just are reaching out and are like, "Ah!"
It's so wild. There's what the frick was I gonna say right now? Vagina is something I forget. It doesn't matter. Fuck, what was I gonna say?
What's like a guy's butthole? I can't imagine what that would look like after, I just found out that the bar Trunks, which is at the end of my street, is named because if you get pounded too much back there, it starts to look like an elephant's trunk.
No.
No, gross.
Yeah. And I used to do comedy there.
I will never put things in my butt.
There's nicknames for it, like cauliflower and other things like that. That's sort of
cauliflower
or a blossom, because it prolapses as they,
Oh, the pink sock? Is that where it starts to go? Oh, how can anyone read that or hear that and be like, I'm just gonna keep letting people pound my ass?
There was a great comedy night there.
Was there?
Till a couple of Comedy Store comics came down and shut it down.
And ruined
forever.
it?
Why'd they do that? What happened?
They probably came out gay bashing.
Well, do you guys ever heard of Gaylord Dangler? It's like a legendary
Is that
open
real?
micer. Yeah, he's a legendary open micer. He's like Bob Eppervaya, but he was actually really funny.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I felt bad because comics would make fun of him and kind of treat him like shit. So I said, hey, dude, I got a good room for you. Just do me a favor. Don't do any gay stuff. I mean, don't do any AIDS jokes or just do your thing. But it's a very gay crowd.
So just leave that.
So he was the headliner. First 15 minutes, he's killing. I mean, because he would do he was like Frasier style, one-liners
Really quick,
and
yeah.
hey, I lost 30 pounds today. My girlfriend did. The machine ripped her leg off. It curves. Just stupid jokes like that. But because of he was in his 60s, people would dig it. So then I knew he couldn't contain himself. His last joke was, hey, what do you call hemorrhoids for fags? Speed bumps. The bartender, big hulking bartender, said, "That's it." And that was the end of comedy.
Oh my God.
He ruined Trunks for everybody.
Such a good room.
That
pretty bad.
These
sucks.
gay crowds are tough.
How long ago was that?
Yeah.
Can we
This
go
is
back
probably
and apologize?
6 years ago.
Can we go back in?
No, I think
that was
they
it?
would remember me for the guy who brought him down there.
Jesus.
Damn it, Earl.
But it's too bad.
Damn it, Gaylord Dingler.
Gaylord Dingler.
I
That's
can't
such a
believe you.
freaking
I can't
amazing
believe you
name.
trusted someone named Gaylord Dingler to not.
Is that his real name? That was
Yeah,
his real name?
well, we
Well,
think
I'm-
so.
Nobody-
I can't believe you guys really missed out. He was right a little
Has
bit
anyone
before
seen
you.
him since?
Well, that was a whole intriguing plot. A lot of people thought he was murdered.
Oh no.
What?
That's the Velvet,
By Boone?
Velvet Mafia, right? They're the
Yeah.
ones that.
What's Velvet Mafia?
He's
the gay
very much
mafia.
in the Boone mode. He's
Very
he's basically a
Boone-esque?
white Boone.
Wait, and you
Um,
think the Velvet Mafia got him after that show? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I mean, by your description.
There is a gay mafia.
Yeah.
Gay people would never call their mafia Velvet Mafia. Do gay people wear velvet?
I don't know.
I mean, he was so.
Do gay people? That's why do I act like I know anything about gay people?
I don't know why. I think I act. I know
Who
anything
wears
about
velvet is what I'm saying.
Gay guys.
Sometimes,
Gay
yeah.
mafiosos.
I just think of like big, fat, crazy old women wearing velvet only.
It's, not. It's you can.
I don't know why. I just picture. I don't know, like crazy old fat ladies in like velvet robes.
Because it looks comfortable, fat ladies.
It does look soft. It is soft, isn't it?
I mean, I've never worn it, so I don't know.
Are you sure?
I'm a leather guy. when I
Of
have
course
to.
you are.
That voice sounds
Assless chap.
I'm a leather
Woo!
daddy.
Oh God. Hi, puppy.
No, I like the Village People. They were one of my favorite groups as a kid.
like. Were they really?
But
Yeah.
you'll find this interesting. Only one of them was gay in real life.
It's pretty.
Really?
wild. Which one was it?
Everyone asks me that. I don't know, but I'm gonna guess it's the guy who died of AIDS. It's a hunch. It's a real hunch.
Oh my god.
The great Glenn Hughes, Leatherman.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Have you ever seen that movie based on the musical?
Can't Stop the Music.
Can't Stop the Music.
It's got the catchiest song ever. I don't know if you can play it now. It's called Milkshake. It's the
Milkshake.
It's so poppy. Do the shake. And it's
What is it from?
maybe I am a fag. I don't know.
You
If I'm,
You have to. The movie is about the founding of the Village People, and it's just this amazing.
it ended their careers.
Yeah, but
The movie
who's
did?
It was so bad. I mean, you had Valerie Perrine in it, who was
who was playing the composer?
Bruce
though?
Jenner.
Bruce Jenner?
Was it Bruce Jenner?
Bruce Jenner was in it. I don't know if he was playing the composer.
No, it's not Gary Shandling.
It's been a while since I've
Yeah.
seen it.
What is it called?
Can't Stop the Music.
Well, apparently they did.
And it was like, came out and, yeah, they stopped everything.
Like 4 years ago, I was in San Francisco dancing with this troupe called Boylesque, where for Christmas, we all dressed up like reindeer and did a reindeer dance in the Castro Theater, and to open for that movie because they were doing like a fundraiser.
It's such a good, it's
It's a fun film.
It was
Yeah.
pretty gay.
if you ever, oh yeah, well, I mean, they played on every gay stereotype,
Yeah.
the construction worker, the cop, the Navy guy.
The leather daddy.
Glenn Hughes, rest in
Indian.
peace.
It's pretty good.
I mean, they were so big at one point, the Navy used them to recruit.
Really?
Because they had that song in the
In the
Navy.
Navy? I always wondered if that bothered the Navy. If they're like, get out of here, you. I don't know.
Faggots.
Well, because that's like such a military thing to be like, oh, these gays. I would think that like the military would have not been cool.
Especially back then.
If you choose to serve your military time aboard a ship with nothing but other men, I think you kind of have an inclination.
You get over your homophobia.
You know what you're getting into.
Hopefully.
Oh man.
But I don't think the Navy really listened to the group, like, or ever saw a picture of them. Like, I think they're singing about joining the Navy. Yeah, let's.
And
get
then they
this
have
instead
them
of-
out, and they're like, "Oh my lord!"
Oh, guys and assless chaps and a leather daddy outfit. Oh, I think we better. Maybe Kiss is available. Do they have a song about the Navy?
We've made a terrible mistake.
And they were on the same record label. I don't know why I just said Kiss, but
You're like trivia guy.
totally, completely useless info.
It's pretty good though.
Yeah, but you could go on like Music Jeopardy.
Yeah, or I love researching movie roles that were turned down by other people.
By other people? Any good ones that you can think of?
Well, Richard Gere owes his career to John Travolta because he basically turned down Officer and a Gentleman. He turned down not Pretty Woman, but what's another Richard Gere movie in the early American Gigolo, which was like a big movie.
That's crazy.
Will Smith turned down The Matrix.
Yeah.
That would have been weird.
William Cott.
Wait, and all they could find was Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many. I mean, it's like, if you go online, Star Wars has the YouTube auditions, or YouTube has the Star Wars auditions where you see like the greatest American hero guy.
Yeah.
William Cott trying out for Luke Skywalker.
Wow.
William Cott. I had a crush on him.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I don't know who that is.
He was the guy, boyfriend in Carrie.
Blonde hair, like really like curly blonde hair. You're too young for a William Cott reference, but
I'm sure he's very good looking.
He was really handsome. He was also in a Bob Fosse. He was also in Pippin on Broadway right after he got Carrie, or maybe it was before that.
Bob Fosse,
Yeah.
Played by the great Roy Scheider.
Yes, fucking. That's one
Rest
of the,
in peace.
One of the. Oh dear Lord.
Roy Scheider died.
Oh.
Oh.
Chief Brody from Jaws for you people out there going, who's Bob, who don't get the gay reference. I'm sure you get the Chief Brody reference.
It's such a good movie. That was the best movie.
That's really method acting. He got it. I mean, Bob Fosse was a chain smoker. Roy Scheider just became a chain smoker just for the role. And
did he do Speed or anything like that during this?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he really got into the role.
It's pretty wild. It's a great movie.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's an amazing movie. God, that whole scene at the beginning, he conducted that whole audition with all of these freaking dancers, like, so crazy. For somebody that's never had to, like, direct dancers or anything like that, it's, like, amazing.
Very Showgirls-esque.
Yeah. God, that was such a great movie, too.
Oh, I love that movie.
Me, too. I didn't know it was campy until people, like, started complaining about, they're like, how could you like that movie? It's horrible.
I mean, I saw it in a sold-out theater. And the audience laughed at every line. I'm like, okay, this isn't really supposed to be a comedy, but
really,
every line's getting a laugh, and just,
it's a pretty good movie.
I mean, it's very much along the lines of Can't Stop the Music. It's like so bad it's good.
I guess.
Can't stop. I think I have that video up. Hang on.
You must please. I hope it's Milkshake.
I don't know if
it's shake when they come home.
Is this gonna work?
I don't know the lyrics, but
oh, they're not even.
I beg of you to get this song, please.
Do you want to plug it in? Can we plug it in? Oh shit! Sorry.
There's baby little village people. What is this?
I would think
Put
if
it
you
in
just
this hole.
I bet that's not the first time you use that line. Put it in this hole.
Put it in this hole.
I don't know how loud. I have it turned all the way up. So maybe.
I think you could just YouTube Milkshake Village.
I just looked it up. It's on. I have like a video on Vimeo, but it's like.
Oh, this is it.
Oh, I hope it doesn't freeze. My phone sucks.
If you want to grow up to be big and strong,
Dressing up the 6 kids is total fags. Just get into the beat. I'm not saying analyze the lyrics. Do the shake. Do the shake.
Look at those moves.
Oh. I mean, this is Lady Gaga before Gaga.
That's so true.
This is like Busby Berkeley. It's not very hard to make a glass of milk.
Like I said, don't analyze the lyrics.
Just enjoy it for what it is.
This is some Pink Floyd. Do the shake. Do the shake.
Oh.
I think that was enough.
Yeah, I think we got the
We
idea.
might have lost 7 straight people listening to that.
Our entire straight audience.
Well, that's pretty
You
good.
told us not to analyze the lyrics, but do you think the Village people were just working for like various ad count?
That's what I think, like, with
YMCA,
Navy.
Navy, Milk, like.
Well, they weren't telling the truth in their songs because I've been to a YMCA and you can't have a good time and get a hot meal.
Isn't it? I always thought that was weird. At some point, were YMCA's like shelters?
Well, they were, I think, where the village people were going, at their YMCA's, they were cruise, like my 24-hour fitness.
Right.
Cruising
bathhouses.
places?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were like Christian places where they would like help homeless people.
I think
Oh,
at
no.
one point.
That's the vibe I got
they
from the
should've
song.
Young-
And then people started fucking each other, and they're like, "We got to shut this down and get a pool."
Well, they're like hostels. That's why so many comics want to do the USA Hostel on Sunday nights, because there's like all these hot girls roaming around, nothing to do, you know.
Oh man.
Hey, Miguel, can I get a spot tonight? I'd
does
really
that?
like to blow it out.
Who does that? Where's that?
It's on. Well, I mean,
Miguel
I don't,
Fierro?
Yeah, Miguel Fierro.
Oh, I haven't done that show
He
yet.
runs a room at the USA Hostels on Schrader. I mean,
Yeah,
I wanna.
I like doing
across from
hostel
that- it's
shows.
right across from that gay place.
Yes.
Yeah, at the what is it, GLBT
It's
or?
a,
Second City's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's a great room. you
Oh
know.
wow.
There's a bus that'll take you to San Francisco from there for $40.
I bet there is. Stop off at the Mother Lode for happy hour and then you just
Go up to San Francisco and then take a good load for
Take a load off.
yeah.
take a load.
Put
for
a load on. Do
Stop
what you
off
want to
at
do.
Hitting every rest stop along the way.
Yeah. Stop off at the Hustler store. It's one of the first shows I did was there.
Was it the Hustler Star?
This one right on
Yeah.
Sunset or?
Guy tells me, he's got the nerve to say right before I go on, "Hey Earl, it's a clean show."
At a hustler.
Well, and there's a dildo display on stage. But it was a good comedy night.
Did you do clean?
I don't really remember. It just was like 10 years ago, but I think
When did you start doing comedy?
2000.
Okay. 2000.
There was a lot of good rooms back then. I mean, now it's like
Yeah, but Gaylord Dingler had to run them all into the ground.
he was the you guys. He was.
I'm sad.
You guys.
Can you,
missed
if you're out there, please come back.
They did. He was such a beloved figure that they did a documentary that got into festivals called Finding Gaylord.
And they never found him?
They found him actually. It was like these guys were serious documentary guys. They tracked him down in Chicago, and the plan was to bring him back,
Oh,
and he would headline the main room.
but he just.
They just couldn't get him here, but it would have been the greatest night in story.
Should we
history.
do that, you guys?
What?
Should we go get Gaylord Dingler? Should we start a Kickstarter for
Let's-
Gaylord?
That'd be
We
amazing.
can't get Ricky to headline the main room. How are we gonna get Gaylord?
Well, I mean, if you bring 12 people, you can.
It's horrible.
But let's not get into comedy politics.
Yeah, that's no fun for
Bringer
anyone.
shows.
It's no
and
fun for anybody.
Boo.
when you have to put a sign by the stage saying this club is not responsible for the show.
For how
Yeah.
shitty this show
Or
is.
on the website. That was amazing.
That might be a sign the show's no good.
Yeah, it says that.
No, on every Bringer show they have Comedy Madness, all those other things. That they have a poster by the stage saying we are not responsible. They're basically washing their
think that
I
hands.
put-
can't
I don't
believe
think
they.
they
I
put
think
that-
you should just
They
not
do.
let that
Really?
happen.
Yeah, it's
No, I've seen it.
I've never seen this.
maybe they
posted.
stopped, but I don't.
Well, God,
think
they
that-
have to. Have you seen those shows?
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
mean-
and there's some funny people.
There
on
are.
Well,
there,
that's the
Right.
problem is that there's a couple funny people mixed in, and then it's just hell.
but then you get roped in. Even the funny people get roped into being a Bringer comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I did a Bringer show when I first came out here.
everyone.
They're
did.
Yeah, me too.
You don't know any better.
Because
Yeah.
you're like, that's just how, I can bring 10
You
people.
just hear the name,
no
and
one.
it's kind of you hear the
A comedy store. Like, I'm going to go up at the comedy
Yeah.
store.
I used to fill the belly room on Friday nights. There was a show there, and they'd never put me on till the end. I'm like, why?
Because
You know,
they didn't want your
yeah.
people to leave, that's a whole nother thing.
I was so
Yeah.
clueless, though. I was like, oh, they think I'm funny. I'm at the comedy store.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm the headline.
Yeah, yeah. It was, going on last.
Say a joke, and then we'll wrap it up here.
See, a joke is like sex. It's never good when you ask for it.
Okay, say
Oh.
a bad joke.
I mean, I got plenty of those. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, say
This
a
is
joke.
weird.
Yeah.
You could just be a made up joke, a jokey joke.
I mean, wow, it's a jokey joke.
What's your favorite heckle?
I mean,
What's your
well, I mean,
favorite? These are
heckles.
such weird-
Because you have a, you know, there's a couple that you have in the cachet that are pretty good.
But heckles are my form of tribute. Like, if I don't like you, and there's very few people in comedy I don't like, but if I don't think you're funny or whatever, I won't heckle you. I'll just let you bomb on your own.
Yeah, you won't help him out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you see someone struggling in the OR and, you know, you throw out a softball for them to, you know, like when I
Play
watch
with.
Brody, I'll make
Yeah.
fun of his beard, or
Yeah.
I'll, you know, I don't know, make fun of, you know, like I would give you guys a line or,
Yeah.
or whatever, just because I like you guys and think you're both
Yay.
very funny. And so, not that me liking you means anything, but like you know, I won't
It's
mention.
approval.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
From out-
You're like, I won't mention who I don't like, but
I mean, there's not many. I just don't like bullshitters, you know. So,
yeah.
you know, there's a few of those in comedy.
In comedy, no.
You know,
What's a bullshitter mean to you?
in comedy, bullshitter, it means just not following through on things. That's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, bullshitting.
You know what my pet peeve is? People who think they can like network past the level they're at.
But they can though. That's the
I
infuriating.
know. Well, and it's like when you see people getting things and they're not that funny or they're not that developed, but they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm so and so." They walk around with all this confidence, like, I'm doing. And you're like, "No, you're not funny. You're making people not like live comedy. Stop."
Do you think that I mean is necessarily a bad thing to put them in a place where they can kind of like if they can't, you know, give.
Well, here's the thing: is like I just get annoyed by people trying to do that, anyways. But if they're funny, like I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, fuck you." The thing that bothers me is like, well, like also goes with like girls who hook up with guys to get spots, or there's people who like fuck
Or
people
guys
because
that
they go on the
smoke pot
road
with other people and
they give them spots because
Yeah.
of that, and I'm like, why don't you just bring someone who's funny or like give some
Right.
funny people a spot, not like. I'm not gonna give you a spot, but I'll give her one. She's not funny, but she'll probably blow me. Like,
I'll give a girl a spot if she blew me.
God, I fucking hate
At least
you.
you're honest.
Yeah. If she was hot.
Yeah, well, that's like.
Alright.
Here's what I think about that is that like
For
if
a
you're
blowjob.
But if they're funny, like I mean, like I still think that's a shitty thing to do. But that's one thing. But when you're giving like a shitty, unfunny girl spots, and then women who are funny are like, I don't know why people still think women aren't funny. And meanwhile, there's a girl who's like, I went shoe shopping on stage. And she's like, I'm a star. It's just covered in semen.
Well, I mean, we all have our own path.
There goes Ricky Luna's shoe shopping
Yeah,
covered in semen bit.
you know, I'm actually thinking about redefining myself, and I'm gonna
But-
do something completely different,
It,
and just stop talking about gay stuff and just be a complete.
No, dude, talk about it's your life.
It's your
man.
life. Talk about your
Completely
life.
clean.
That's what people love.
I'm gonna turn into a clean.
Well, don't try to be
comedian.
something you're not.
I know, right?
You're just, you know, you're a bone smoker. Don't run from it.
Embrace
Smoker. So good.
You're an anal assassin. Don't. I mean, that story you tell about getting pounded in the van, smelling your own dookie. I mean, that's one of the. I've been around a long time, and that is a top 3 story. I mean, I've heard thousands of stories, you know, of guys hooking up with girls, and you know, vice versa, and just why that is. I mean, so descriptive.
It's beautiful. It's real.
I don't know if I'd say it's beautiful, but it's real.
I mean,
I'll
it's
give you that.
disgusting.
Hey,
But that's what people want to see is like people being real. I think that's the best comedy in general.
You could be like a gay Attell,
You know,
Okay,
I
so-
thought he was my first person.
and I
that
mean
ever,
that.
I
Gay
ever had a
Tell.
crush on him. Yeah, I had the huge crush on him when I was a little kid when he was on Insomniac. I had such a crush on him, and because I thought he was gay the whole time, and when I found out that he wasn't, I felt betrayed.
He might be
I
bi.
felt
I
betrayed.
don't know. He was. I was in front of the Comedy Store passing out passes, and then he came up and he was wearing his hoodie, with his jacket, and he stood next to me and he was smoking a cigarette, and I was like, "Why is this guy standing here?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, you're David Tell," and then he said yes, and then that was it. He
You
spoke
didn't
to-
tell him your fantasies, or you're like,
I didn't say
you know,
that
when I
because-
found out you weren't gay, I was
I
heartbroken.
didn't say that. You know why? Because when I saw Brian Callen for the first time, I told him, "Oh, dude, I used to masturbate to you when I was a little kid."
Oh, God.
Because he was on Mad TV and he was so like very attractive. And I was like, I don't know how old I was. I was really young, but it was like the first gay thing I'd ever seen. Like that was on mainstream TV. It was kind of cool, and I could masturbate to it. I said that to him. And I was like, very like, wow, that's so wild. And then I kept seeing him over and over and over again, and I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute. This is not just me being like a fan or me being like this is like my job, and these people are like actual real people. They're not like on TV. It's
like they exist.
it's
in real
like
life.
really, really. It's kind of like a surreal thing. Like it was weird. So I was like, so ever since I told Brian Callen that, I'm like, I'm never gonna.
Well, he probably liked that.
I mean, he did, he saw it for what it was worth. He said, oh, yeah, because we get a lot of gay, because I got a lot of gay people saying, whatever, because coming up to me, whatever, because of that. Anyways, I have to realize that everything that happened in my brain, you should not probably say it.
But no, be who you are.
I suppose, but I want to
Don't apologize.
You gotta be
tell him and
different.
say, can I fist you? Because
That'll be something you guys will laugh about.
I mean,
That's
you
true.
know,
Yeah.
you might want to edit.
editing.
I mean, like,
This is my number one.
Maybe don't start with fisting
Right.
for the conversation.
like at the Improv that one night, I was talking to the manager, and she's really awesome.
Rita or
Paige.
Yeah,
She
she's
is
great.
like, man, I wish everyone in power in comedy could be like her. Just nice. And,
So nice.
Ricky was in a bit of a drunken stupor one night, and me and
You're
Paige,
like, you don't even know.
we're having I didn't even remember what we were talking about, but it was relative. She was asking me about Twitter, and Luna just burst right in like fucking the Super Bowl running back trying to score a touchdown, and just starts in with this jack off story that was like so like he's like acting it out, and I'm like, I don't think you knew that was the manager. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to give you like hand signals, like, hey man, this ain't the store, dude.
I
You
know,
gotta
I-
act a little more fucking whatever.
Right, it's true.
That's
But
so
she loves
funny.
you. I mean, no harm done. I mean, that, it just, some people may not be into that humor, like, initially.
Yeah.
You gotta have a, like,
You gotta kind of warm them up.
right.
Yeah, lube it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Humor loop.
I suppose I should.
I don't mean on stage necessarily. I just mean
Right.
like in the like the store, we all get caught up in talking about pussy and
Right.
All the time.
butthole, and at the Improv or Laugh Factory, or the Ice House, it's pretty clean. Even though Red Band's got his show there now.
Right. I need to come up with some clean
Well,
material.
no,
I mean,
it's
just for myself, because you know why? Because the thing is like I'll have just this block of just perversion. It's also nice to have a little bit of like, I don't know, pickled ginger in between everything, so that the next piece tastes like different from.
Well, you just want to ease into some of the, like the van story. I don't know if I would.
I never
not
said
an
that on
opener.
stage. I never say. I never.
But that's a great story, though. If you have a crowd really rolling,
Yeah.
I would tell that story.
Yeah, because they're already on board with you. But you can't. You gotta ease them in.
Right. I still have to learn how to do some things.
Well, who doesn't, man? Don't
Yeah,
take
we're
advice.
all learning. Yep.
Don't
Oh,
take
yeah.
advice from me. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing, but
Nobody knows what they're doing.
I mean,
Lois knows what she's doing.
Lois is the best. I mean, 4 strangers in here,
Lois.
and although she did see a cat, so I'll have to hold her when I leave. She
Yeah,
loves.
there's a cat. I should have told you that.
Oh no, it's all. She likes cats, but she wants to play, and
Cats don't always want to play.
yeah.
Steve, say your Twitter thing.
What Twitter is that?
Do you have a Twitter?
Oh yeah, I do, but I don't really post on there.
Okay, just say it anyway.
Plug something.
Capricorgicorn. At Capricorgicorn.
Well, we won't be following
Spell
you.
it though. I mean,
CAPRICORGICORN. One time I dated a female comedian, and she told me I'm the worst comedian she's ever met because I don't promote myself or tweet or anything.
Wow.
You know what's his name? Was the black guy that just died?
well, I don't know.
Probably a lot of them.
No, I know. Freaking.
They all have heart disease.
I can't remember any of their names.
Diabetes.
What is his name?
The black guy that
Is he a
just died.
comedian?
Darren
he-
Morris?
He's
No,
like
just kidding.
super
Oh, no.
famous and super famous.
You talking about
and-
Bernie
Patrice?
Mac.
Yes, Patrice O'Neill.
That was like a year ago.
I know. I mean,
Just
well,
do you know the 9/11 happened a decade ago?
Did it?
Over a decade ago.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, there's a couple white pilots.
He couldn't do that either. He was a very bad promoter, self-promoter too. So
Well, I mean, it's not really surprising that he passed. I mean, he didn't eat it.
Well, and you listen to his material. It's like
1, 2.
he talks about it like he knows that he's like not healthy, which is sad.
Yeah, no, he was
I don't know.
great.
He was so good. I wanted to see him live so bad.
Earl, your Twitter thing.
Just Twitter and Facebook is basically my name, just / or at Earl Skakel, SKAKEL.
Cool. And Jessica?
Yay! I'm still at JMS Comedy, and you can also follow at Ridiculous Tour because I'm going on tour and we're promoting the legalization of marijuana. So if you're into that or you just like comedy, you should follow us and also donate to our Kickstarter.
Who's on that?
It's me, Dan Madonia, Dustin Kaufman, and Omid Singh.
Oh, great, man.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be in a van with a bunch of dudes.
Sweet.
Sounds like Ricky's
Say
perfect
prayers.
evening.
Yeah.
Kinda, sorta.
I hope it's not the same van Ricky got pounded in.
Does it have a bike in the back of it and a mattress?
Listen, if
Oh
someone
my
wants to
God.
donate that van, we're willing to accept it.
Kickstarter. I love Kickstarter.
Why do you like it?
Well,
It's free money.
but I mean,
In
it's
theory.
like panhandling online.
It
Like,
is, and that's what we're like. Please help, but we have cool prizes too. You get like shirts. We'll give you a copy of the DVD once it's finished. For $5,000, we'll come to your city and we'll do a show for you.
I wasn't knocking your Kickstarter.
No,
just,
but then it is, and it gets so annoying. I hate doing it.
like Quiet Riot had one where they were doing a documentary, and I know you guys are way too young for Quiet Riot, but they were a big band in the '80s, and so they had the prize thing. Buy
Yeah.
$100, you get a signed drumstick. But then for $10,000, you could be in the documentary. It's like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be about you guys.
I think we have something like that too.
That's crazy.
But you'll just like be a scene in it, like.
I have nothing to do with the band at all. But for $10,000, I could be like, hey guys, what's happening? Who are you?
Well, they would probably be like, look, this guy helped us fund our documentary.
But you should have something to do with the band's history before it's just them.
He will now.
Well, I guess.
Man.
It's just like Quiet Riot and some stranger going like this.
It is funny.
Some rich guy who's never even heard of them. Just like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh, I just wanted to be in a film.
I've just always wanted to be in a movie. We said something like for $2,500, we'll take you to get breakfast and you can be. We'll maybe let you be seen in the. It's so, but we're not a band that anyone's heard of. We're just a bunch of comics. But so far, we're pretty good. We're like 2 days in and 15% of our goal.
Oh yeah, I mean
pretty
it's.
But it is so, and I start to like hate friends that are doing Kickstarters too. So I'm now that person that they're like, oh fucking, when is this gonna end?
Yeah, but that's a worthwhile thing what you're doing.
I think it's a good it's a good cause.
It's for funny people,
Comedies. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
And there's a van involved.
I actually just remembered something I have to promote, if you don't mind. Sorry.
You guys are acting like a lot of people listen to this. That's
I know.
cool.
Hey.
Possible.
April 10th at Second City. A new show called Panel Show. It's based on British panel shows. We'll have guests, some comedians, some actual professionals. Just talking about historical trivia. Ricky Luna might do it. but
Yay!
I don't know if I can come in his mouth. So.
Well, I'm sure you could.
We'll talk about it. I'm at Ricky Luna Live, RickylUnalives. Every Monday I'm at the Ding Dong Show, fucking doing yeah.
And you buy the. Oh, sorry.
Ari Mannis, ARIMANNIS on everything.
By the way, my final thought on the Ding Dong Show is that you had the best cliffhanger of all time
Oh, thank you.
when you did your musical number, and at the end of it, you lifted up. You were in drag,
Right.
and you turned around so the audience could see your backside, and you lifted up your skirt, and there was like fake. I hope they were fake shit stains and blood by
Yeah.
your butt. And
Yeah.
I was
I feel
wow.
like we can't be sure if they were.
I think I just put fake shit stains over the real ones, and then fake blood stains over the
But
blood
I mean, that
stain.
was like, wow, I thought 24 was good with some of their endings.
And on that note, that is our podcast.
Yay.
Hello.
Yeah.